Do you have rubbing alcohol? I'm sure. I'm sure you know this, but just put it on the first to dry.
Alrighty, so I got to repeat what I said because the video wasn't going. So current events, we got Katie and Nina. So for tomorrow, make sure you guys remember that you're ready to go for current events. We'll start off the class with that, and we'll just review the study guide. Okay. I'm going to post a study guide tomorrow. Today, I want to go over the perspectives. So if you're paying attention, listening, I'm going to go over that perspectives, the case study assignment that I posted yesterday. And then we're going to discuss that. And then for the bell ringers, I want to make sure that I have a Dropbox for you. So I'm going to put an assignment on Google Classroom. For those of you in here, I can just come around and check them. That's easy. For those of you at home, just post it onto the Dropbox assignment, okay? That's going to be the easiest thing, so I don't have a billion emails anymore. So that works. And most of you, let's face it, forget about it. Don't email them to me. I give you 0, and it doesn't work out for anybody. So that's what we'll be doing. That's what we'll be doing. Okay. Bell ringer for today. Cool stuff. Oh, not history. Describe the sociocultural approach to psychology. Okay. Went over multiple approaches and perspectives. Okay, this was the last one. Last one. Sociocultural perspective. Do you need more time? We good? All right, so let's go over this. Describe the sociocultural approach to psychology. What do we got here? What do we got? Who would like to share their response? Forney, go ahead, man. Good job, right? Good job. So our culture, okay, how it shapes us, how we react to certain things, how our personality might be altered depending on where we grew up, okay? What affects us around us, okay? The social interactions we have in everyday life. Okay, obviously it's a little bit different than, let's say, someone from China or someone from Russia. Okay, our perspectives, our reactions to certain things, our influences are all going to be different. Okay, how culture shapes our responses, characteristics, personalities. Okay, um, good example, not only just in another country, but just 2 hours away in Philadelphia. It's just a faster pace of life. Things are going a million miles a second, right? Like I said yesterday, my experience with driving in bigger cities, it's a lot different than just driving around here. Okay. It just feels like I'm always getting cut off and people are angry and moving at a faster pace that I can't really keep up with. And it's just a shock to me that, people drive that way in bigger cities. And it's just tough for me to grasp, really. And the way of life is totally different. Okay. Totally different. Right? And forms of entertainment, how we might be, how our mindset might be different just because of perspectives on entertainment. Okay. So culture definitely takes a change in people's lives and their experiences depending where they grew up and how they have social interactions with people and groups and organizations that surround them. Okay, it's just a huge change, a huge difference depending where you're located at. Okay, well, we all know that, right? We all get that. Okay, is there any questions on the social cultural approach? You good? Okay, all right. So next thing I want to go over is, the case study activity. So let's go over this case study. All right, so again, I'm going to give everybody points for this just because some people had their internet out and they didn't have the opportunity to work on it at home, and I get that. So everybody's going to get credit for this. All right, so real quick, let's go over this, and then I'll give you the rest of the time to work on your study guide. So test again, we're going to do Monday. Okay, so expect a test on Monday. I'm going to post that on Google Classroom like I did before. That'll be the easiest thing. This time around for the test, I'm going to have the short answer just on the Google form. Okay, so you're going to have to type it out. I'm sorry. It's just the easiest way to do it and to try to eliminate passing papers around. Okay, so that's just what we're going to do. If you had me last year, I had you write it out. That was easier. It was nice, but for this year, we're going to have to do a little bit of a change. All right, causes of behavior, case study. So we're going to use the perspectives, approaches that we studied and went over the past week, 2 weeks, okay, and we're going to apply it to this case study. Like I said yesterday, the levels of analysis, right? Approaches to psychology, there's so many of them. There's so many perspectives that you can use to try to analyze one case, okay, one person, okay, try to find why they act the way they do, or maybe characteristics of that person, how it can maybe find an answer using these different approaches and perspectives. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good activity to try to relate and how to show that these approaches and perspectives, you can use multiple ones to analyze a case study. All right, so who'd like to read that for me here, this case study? No takers here again. Katie, all right, thank you. I'll zoom in for you. No problem. There you go.
Billy was the third child of loving but busy parents. When he was growing up, he thought that his parents favored his older siblings. When Billy was 4, his parents divorced, and he remained with his father. His brother and sister moved with his mother to a distant city. Billy rarely saw them. Feeling inadequate in raising his son alone, Billy's father responded by providing the child with costly toys and frequent trips to amusement parks. As Billy grew older and attended school, he had trouble focusing and was taken to a doctor for an appraisal of his abilities and disabilities. Billy's medical evaluation showed symptoms of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But Billy's father dismissed the diagnosis. Because of these difficulties in school, Billy had trouble making friends and was ridiculed by his classmates. This diminished his self-confidence. By the time Billy was an adolescent, he had difficulty forming lasting relationships despite his expertise in athletics. He was capable of high academic achievement, but his grades were below average. Teacher reports frequently cited his excessive need for attention. Personally, he felt lost and doomed to failure.
Oh my, poor Billy. Dang it, poor Billy. All right. So again, Billy's just having a troubled time building connections, relationships with people. Says he's good at sports, though, right? Yeah, he's really good at sports. It's just hard for him to form relationships, and he's always trying to seek attention, right? Is that kind of what it described? All right. So he's always trying to seek attention, maybe because of his past. All right. We'll talk about this when we get to maybe some of these approaches here. All right. The psychoanalytic approach. So name a person or people who would be analyzing Billy from this approach. So we're going to have to look back to our key figures, our key psychologists. So who would be analyzing Billy? Billy boy. Who would be analyzing Billy? Lily, go ahead.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, Sigmund Freud. Good job. So Freud, he would probably be the one that is going to be analyzing Billy and trying to see how he can maybe benefit his character, his problems, right? His issues in his everyday life, his experience. Okay, good job. So Sigmund Freud, great. All right, so what is the basic cause of Billy's problems? So if we're going to use a psychoanalytic theory, his approach, what would be the basic cause of Billy's problems? What do we think? What do we think? TC, go ahead.
Like because of his past family life and all that stuff.
Like he's wanted, right? Yeah, like he means something to someone. Okay. All right, good job. All right. So maybe this is something in his unconscious mind that he's like, you know what, I just want to feel a part of something. I want to feel like I'm wanted by someone. All right. Because of his family makeup, the divorce that happened within his life, he's just like his inner seeking pleasure principle, right? His innate desires is always trying to drive him to form relationships with people. Is it hard for him to do that? Yeah, right. The description said it's hard for him to build relationships, but his desire is to try to build these relationships. He wants to try to push that, and for some people, it might come off like it's weird. Okay, like he can't connect to anybody. Okay, and it's just a difficult time for him to do that. All right, good job. All right, does anybody have anything to add to that? Alex, what do you think? That's it. Okay, all right. Rooster.
I just had said it's desire to be like maybe one of the like favorite child.
Awesome. Yeah, good job. So he wanted to be that favorite child. He thought he was just kind of left behind by his older siblings, right? So he wanted to be that favorite child. He wanted to be that person that his parents looked at and said, you know what, Billy's really doing a great job here, right? And he wanted to be that ideal kid in his parents' eyes. Yeah, good job, Rooster. It's good. It's real good. All right, good. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Is everybody good with that? Okay, you see what we're doing with these approaches? Okay, so again, the psychoanalytic, we're looking at the unconscious drive, his pleasure-seeking principle. He wants to try to be that number one kid. Okay, he wanted to be that number one child, okay, for his parents. Good. All right, the behaviorist approach. Behaviorist approach. So name a person, people who would be analyzing Billy from this approach. What do you think? Go ahead, Alex.
Watson.
Watson, yep, good job. Who else? Alex Bennett?
I think Pavlov and Skinner.
Good job, yep. So those are the main guys we talked about. So Skinner, okay, Pavlov, all right, and we talked about Watson. Good job. All right, so what is the basic cause of Billy's problems here for the behavioralist approach? What do we think? What do we think? Rebecca, what do you have?
I said it would result from a change in the environment, like maybe living only with his father or his father buying him expensive toys.
Awesome. Yeah, good job. Right. So his environment that he was around, right? So he's just living with his father. Maybe he didn't have the love and affection that a mother would give to a child. So he didn't have that. So he's living this life without this love and affection that a mother would give to a child. And yeah, his environment. And you mentioned about the toys, right? Okay, so this might be like a positive reinforcement to him. he's looking at these toys like, oh, my dad's great. This is awesome. I'm getting all these toys. But realistically, does that mean anything when he grows older? Not really. No, not really. So he's just trying to build relationships with these, these objects that aren't even alive, right? So he's trying to build relationships with these toys, and and maybe his intuitive age is a little bit stronger than actual relationship building with people. Okay. So his imagination might be great, but relationship building, because it's hard for him to find friends and build relationships, maybe that's why he's acting, his characteristics are a little bit of off or weird, depending on what people look at him as. Okay, good job. And you said what, bullying, right? Okay, so with bullying, yeah. So again, it was hard for him to build relationships because he was lacking that relationship with his mother and his friends. Okay, well, he didn't have many friends, and he was dealt with a lot of bullying because he didn't fit in. Right, he's an outcast. All right, good job. Good job. All right, we good with that? Can we add anything to it? Kinsley, do you think we can add anything to that one? Do you have anything to add? All right. Okay. I guess we'll move on then. All right. The humanist approach. All right. We talked about this, Tuesday? I think it was. The humanist approach. So name of people who would be analyzing Billy in this approach. We talked about one main guy. But Alex.
Abraham Maslow.
Yeah, Maslow. Good job. Maslow. All right. And we talked about his hierarchy of needs. So what would we try to do, or what was the basic cause of Billy's problems here? Yeah, go ahead.
I said that his pyramid of needs was unequal. He didn't have safety or love or self-esteem. So it just kind of threw off his whole pyramid.
Yeah, good job. Good job. So the basic needs, he had that, right? So the basic needs, he was good. Those first two steps, okay, with food, water, obviously shelter, safety, okay. Maybe safety was a little off just because he didn't maybe feel that he was fitting in, okay. But the third step, love and belonging, right? That's one thing he was really missing. Okay, that was something that he really didn't find in everyday life. Okay, his experience at school or his life at home. Okay, he just was missing that from maybe his mother, obviously, and his siblings. Okay, they weren't around. They weren't there to try to help him out. Right? I couldn't imagine living without guardians or my guardian, my dad, and my brother. Okay, they helped me out through many different difficult times. So it was just something that, with that missing piece, it's tough. It's tough. All right, good. All right, is there any questions or maybe something we can add to that? Good. All right. Cognitive approach. Cognitive. So this one, we didn't really talk about a psychologist in this approach here, but maybe there's one that you could have looked up. Right, so who could help this problem in Billy in the cognitive approach? Gracie, what do you have? What's that? Yeah, PJ. Okay, good job. Yep, PJ. All right, so that's with like the developmental stages, right? So how would what was the basic cause of Billy's problems with the cognitive approach? What do you think, Gracie? Yeah, awesome, really good. I didn't think of that, but yeah, good job. So with focusing on different concepts and understanding of just maybe homework, okay, maybe it's just understanding with relationship building, right? That cognitive development wasn't really there, okay, and the only outlet that he had was toys and going to amusement parks, which is good. That's awesome, it's fun to do, but for the most part, that cognitive development wasn't there. It wasn't present, okay. His dad maybe didn't help him out with his homework at home or building relationships with people outside of just his dad. Okay. All right, good. Good job. Good job. Maybe the divorce had an impact on him as well with that, just understanding that relationships don't ever really connect constantly. And sometimes that breaks apart over time. All right, good. All right, biological approach. Biological approach. What do we have here? What do we have here? Forney? Who's a person that can help him out?
Darwin.
Yeah, okay, Darwin. Good job. So we talked about, Darwin and his theory of, adapting to your surroundings, survival of the fittest, right? Okay, and how could what's causing Billy's problems here?
Billy's ADHD been passed down to his family, so this could explain how he's autistic.
Yeah, maybe it's genetics, right? Maybe it's just genetics that's causing him to not fit in, right? Maybe it's just being shy around people and not having that form of communication to build with others and form relationships. Okay, good job. So maybe it's just genetically that he's just, just passed down characteristics and traits and personality traits from his parents that it's hard for him to connect to others. Okay, and maybe solve different issues in his everyday life. Obviously his parents got divorced, right? So there's a reason why maybe they couldn't get along, and that's why it's hard for him to build on relationships moving forward. All right, good. All right, and the last one here we talked about, so evolutionary. So obviously we talked about Darwin already, so we can maybe throw him into that as well. All right, and what are the basic cause of Billy's problems with this one? It's a very similar biological approach, but what do we got, Lily?
Say Darwin for that too.
Yeah, Darwin, yeah. And then what were the basic cause of Billy's problems here?
Him growing up, he didn't really have any attention. So like as he got older, that need for attention grew more and more.
Okay. Yeah, good job. Good job. So with his heredity, right, with adapting to his culture, his surroundings, okay, it was very hard for him to really base that relationship and move forward. And he didn't have that understanding and love from his mom anymore, or his siblings. So it was tough for him to move forward. All right, so here we go. Last question. Taking into account all these approaches, perspectives, which do you think gives us the best explanation of Billy's behavior and why? What do we think? So this was opinionated, and many of these approaches and perspectives could have been used. What do we think? What do you put down for this one, Sarah?
I believe that he can approach it the best version, shows how aspects of his life contribute to his success.
Awesome. Good job. All right. So that's a good explanation, right? So this humanistic approach that he wasn't getting these needs, right? This love and belongingness in his life, and that caused him to, act this certain way. And it was hard for him to build relationships because he's missing that step or that need in Maslow's hierarchy. All right. Good. What about you, Rooster?
I chose the humanistic approach.
Okay.
Because as he grew up and stuff, like the outside factors such as divorce and ADHD stuff affected.
All right, yeah, good job. So again, his needs, right? You're basing off of the humanistic approach. Good. Megan, what do you have?
I think it's a little bit of all of them. Like it could be partially because of his ADHD and partially because of the divorce and lack of attention from his parents. All of it.
Yeah, so you can maybe say all the perspectives, all the approaches have a say in why he acts this certain way. Okay, good. And they kind of all fit in together to describe his maybe his problems, right? Good. TC, what do you have? Okay, so the ADHD, right? Okay, he's always seeking for attention as well. Okay. All right, good. Good. All right, is there any questions on this, guys? Maria, let's hear yours.
I said Maslow, humanistic one, because he didn't really have like love, have a relationship with anybody, and his self-esteem wasn't that high because he was like the third child and no one really paid attention to him, and he didn't really reach his full potential because of school. He didn't really focus on
Yeah.
focus in school, so he couldn't reach that potential that he could.
Okay. So he never met that self-actualization, right? That full potential really was never triggered or hit for him. Good. Good job. I'm glad you added that in there. All right. Is there any questions on that, guys? So again, it's kind of your opinion, what approach or perspective you think's the best. And like Megan said, maybe we can use all of them to explain his disorder. And I think that's the point of this whole activity. It's just to show that there is different approaches and perspectives that we can analyze one case study and try to describe it. Okay, try to describe it. All right, so I just posted your, where is it at? Study guide. Whenever I can find it. There it is. Study guide's right here. There you go. And that is all I got for today.